how's it going, everyone, and welcome back. Now, here's the funny thing. This is actually post-recording at this point. I kind of messed up, and somehow OBS messed up all of my recording settings, even though I literally changed nothing. So I'm basically watching this with you guys, and I'm gonna be explaining it because I just couldn't bring myself to, even though this is definitely a very different recording. Well, now it's different in many ways, but this is a very different recording in the sense that I was expecting to do a huge grind here, and maybe I'll still like kind of use some stuff. I'll jump back in at the end of this. I recorded some post-game ramble and rant stuff that I'll append on to here, and you can hear my thoughts of again of how I fucked this whole thing up. But yeah, basically what I'm doing here is I'm expecting to grind out this last boss from last time. So I've set up a fighting game playlist that I usually use. So if you watch like some of my casual videos or sets with friends and stuff like that, it's the playlist that I usually use there for all that stuff. So I'll start it here in a minute. I'm yapping about stuff, trying to like prepare. I had basically taken a day off in between these two parts or play sessions for a couple of reasons. I just had stuff going on in the other day, and then also I just need a break. My hand was fucking killing me from all of the Ninja Gaiden. But yeah, I was expecting to have to grind out a lot of this fight, so I was preparing for that. So this whole thing here is, which actually I get it on the first try, which is kind of insane. That I got a usable run right out the gate. So I'm just setting up the playlist here for this fight. The good news for the most part. Oh, oh right, yeah. So the music will be kind of messed up too because I also didn't have it piped into my headphones correctly. I wonder. Oh no, I can't do that here, anyways. Well, I was gonna say maybe I should have put another me above this me, because anything I'm saying is not gonna relate to what you see on the little animated avatar, sadly. But the good news is there wasn't a whole lot of rage in this video. It was almost more just pure focus. For the most part, I was kind of locked in. Just saying a couple comments here and there that I'll try to. I'm not gonna be able to obviously recreate some of the reactions, but there's probably like maybe 10 minutes of frustration that you missed out on that we'll go over. Oh man, what a good theme to start this off with, though. I just couldn't start with Limelight because I use that for everything. Like, it's always my first song in the casual playlist, so I just did not want to mess with this or have that be everyone's first impression. I don't want you to come into every video and hear Limelight for 7 minutes. You know what I mean? I actually thought I was gonna do this without getting hit for a while. But I do take some. Oh. Hopefully this threshold is, I don't have the same balance, but I guess this will, my VO balance will kick in and I'll be able to like edit it. I'm just recording this in my editor tool while I'm watching it. Yeah, this guy, I don't know how I had this like so much locked in. I think I was literally just waiting for, I started to like risk it a little bit more. I was waiting for big combos or his dashes like that. So yeah, every single time he goes in for like a dash, try to like match his dash. That one, the camera fucked me for sure. I remember that. I mean, I recorded it like a minute. That's a good thing. I recorded this like literally like an hour ago, and I just recorded as like post yap. I just had to re-dub over some of this stuff. Yeah, now I'm just baiting him. I'm waiting. I'm like, come on, man, just fucking do something. Sometimes you gotta like jump a different way just to make him stop doing this. Yeah, like here, I was definitely like, just fucking hit me, man. Just do it. Yeah, and then he does that, and then boom, go in, hit him. You just gotta bait him into some moves. I think I started to punish those because I was getting a little impatient. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see that in a minute. Like probably legitimate. Okay, hit the dash. Just do the at that point, I'm like, just commit to the combo because he'll block it. So I need him to block versus whiff punish. Was the idea there. Oh, I will actually be able to see some of these like health questions I was curious about. Because I think, we'll talk about it when we get there. Yeah, see now I'm going in on even those. I was even trying to see if I could get bone on steel. And at this point, I'm like, I just need like one more combo, so I was waiting for a really good one. And then boom, done. I'm sad that I won't be able to like capitalize on the Nimbo thing once that gets activated, because man, there's definitely some words. Oh, I will actually shut up for the next part, because right after this Dante theme ends, it's a very, to me it felt very fitting. I wish I had beaten it on the next song, because it would have been so hype. Yeah, it was like, man, sometimes you play the fighting game playlist, and it just syncs up so nice. Like, I don't even edit it.
I came here to fight one more time. We've been ready for the crush just to do this live. I've been waiting for a minute just to do this right. For one more strike, I'm in my prime. Let's get it. Who wants some? I put everybody on blast. Hit him with the meter at the edge of your dash. Everybody gets snatched when they're trying to hold back. Thinking they gon' get a minute, press a button, get trapped like that. Shimmy till it's 50-50. I'ma put him in the corner when the mix is risky. Frame one, throw him to the wall till they breaks down. Trigger charged up, ain't nobody got a safe jump. Whoa. I've been waiting on the next wave. Then we started from the bottom with the best made. Now we got the set play. You don't wanna test fate. Watch him try something, hit it ume on a Tuesday. Middle of the hurricane. Change, you just
that line still hits so hard. I said the same thing in the thing. It's just like good line.
I don't care who made the list. I'ma knock him down another place. Oh God, we popping off. They all get crossed on block. I'm just waiting for the comeback. Run that. Hit him with the forward, let the screen flash. We gon' turn this whole damn city into golf land. One more time. Come on. One more time.
Yeah, this was perfect. The one more time, coming back to this boss fight, ooh, right at the beginning, it's like, yeah, this is the last time we're gonna be here. I mean, obviously Street Fighter 5 is not the game, but this was exactly, I mean, the whole purpose of me trying to play this is because I need the hype up. I need the motivation. So at this point, we have adopted the left strat. I was trying here, since I'm still using the Dragon Sword. At first I was trying to just do parries on the steel on bone to see if I could like do that. It could have been like a valuable strategy, but it felt like it was taking too long, and that's why I started doing UGs here. Yeah, and we died. Now we're in the Tekken land, which I'll say something similar. Well, no, we'll say it when we get to the Devil May Cry song. Also the same thing I said back in the playthrough. So clearly I did only one Dragon Sword attempt before going into the Lunar. I was like, well, let's just see how it goes. I only have, I'm still down to level 2. And the strat is go in the corner, then go in the other corner. I don't know if I had gotten there just yet. I was kind of just testing the field here. Just to see, like, can I level 2 Lunar? Can I do this correctly or in a way that, like, actually works? Yeah, do, this was another strat. I might have talked about the post analysis type of thing, but I was trying to do 360Y into UT. I heard that was a strat, but what I was very quickly realizing, and that's why now we're probably in UTs, although I think I tried it one more time. I do remember being surrounded by like 3 people and trying it, but then I was just like, that started too long. Yeah, now we start to get the download a little bit. I started to see the vision here. And actually, so this whole part, I was so calm at, because once I saw how fast this was going, I realized this is very doable. And that, I think that right there was where it started clicking. You do UT, and then pretty much every single time if you end your UT with Lunar, at least level 2, I didn't set object one, just in case, but if you end it, yeah, it's too heavy. And you get the thing, and you'll it's like almost guaranteed every time to get the like, kill there or whatever. Obliteration technique, that's what it is. Yeah, and then I started to risk it even more, because I'm like, oh, I don't see that the boss is like raising her hand yet, I can like do it over there. Yeah, no, very calm actually during this whole section. This part was just lock in and being like, okay, I just need to charge here, go to corner, move corner, jump, move corner. Essentially, that's like most of my commentary for this part. Is just like, all right, dodge this, make sure I dodge this, blah blah blah. All right, yeah, now we got triple speed from MBC3. Which I thought, so this is what I thought was funny. Now, this isn't an Itagaki game technically, but I just think it's very funny to be playing both Tekken and Devil May Cry music on a Ninja Gaiden game. If you've seen any of his interviews, he has both shit talked both of these games, not unjustifiably. There's reasons behind some of it, and because like, for example, here I'll just jump some more, but like, apparently one of the Devil May Cry producers was talking shit about Ninja Gaiden Dragon for the PS2 game, which I think is like some real dog shit. So despite Devil May Cry 4 being one of my favorite games, like Devil May Cry is my favorite series of all time. Still, I love Ninja Gaiden now, but Devil May Cry as a series is like all-time greats for me. So it does not bother me in the slightest for me to have this Itagaki guy kind of shit on the enemy designs where he calls them targets more than enemies, because I mean he's not wrong. That's the goal of Devil May Cry. Largely you just want to be styling on people, so that the challenge comes in being your S rank, not dealing with the enemies so much. Yeah, I think at this point, I mean, at this point, this might be a wash run, I might be realizing, because when my health's too low, I saw the Nimpo hasn't been doing too hot. I don't remember if I just throw a... Yeah, I think I do. I am, yeah, I'm throwing this run away. Okay, I might just reset it. Okay. I was unfortunate I was kind of kicking myself for this, because I was like, I should have upgraded the Lunar before I bought Theodore, but I forgot. Luckily, it didn't take that long. Alright, so I think this is, we're locking in at this point. I have seen the vision fully, and I know exactly what I need to do. So yeah, now we're doing the full strat. You go corner, execution, obliteration, other corner and the reason why you need to go from other corner to other corner, or why that's important, is because it helps keep the projectiles from being like more annoying than they need to be. So yeah, once I hit one over there, I move to the opposite one as fast as I can. Get the obliteration technique, then move. You just need to be away from where you just were, essentially. Yeah, see, so now in that corner, move the other corner. front corner. Oh, gotta grab. Alright. Let me just escape because it's a bad situation. Other corner. Do it again. Yeah, and that heavy attack after the obliteration after the UT is so good. That is actually what does the... It's not the UT so much. The UT is just there to really deal with the crowd. It's that really builds your nimble. Bam. Look at that. Yeah, already like over half now at this point. We were just cooking. Yeah, and then I've seen other people, when they do this, they're always charging in that part. I did not want to risk a charge because usually when I did that the last time, I just get like rained on with projectiles and then I'd be like, well, I don't want to risk my UT. So it's just better to find the right time to start the commitment of the UT. So if you're stuck on this, and you're, I guess the great thing about doing this in retrospect is if you're stuck on this fight and you need to see how to do this, I'm explaining exactly what you need to do right here. You don't need Lunar. Everyone on the internet who's saying you need Lunar 3, you do not. You do not need that. Oh, and I think you do get a health. I think this is the longest I held at a position. I felt so risky doing that. I know from like, I don't even care what Igaki says. Tekken's got like the fucking sickest music ever. Having Tekken music playing for this is perfect. At this point we're like, I think this might even be the last guy. Yeah, fucking send it for you! Let's go! Oh, this is so satisfying though. I was like, fuck this fucking thing, dude! I was mashing like a madman! And I've seen in the other like the OG, it comes with a button. I'm just pressing Y and X at the same time. I'm mashing them both. Yeah. At this point, I was shit talking like you're fucking done. Cause I thought I had the whole thing locked in. Like you don't got no fucking chance. Mashing. All right, phase 2. Going back to the blade. This was a little bit more surprising than I was expecting. Shit, once it had the yeah, that was a big. So you do get like a full heal. It looks like. I squandered it seemingly immediately. Yeah, this, I mean, I'm just gonna rage this can't come back in yet. At this point, I thought I was cooking. I thought I was gonna win. Even though I lost so much health, I'm like, whatever. Just know what to do. Oh, look at how easy these sword dodges are. You ain't got shit. Run in there, getting the chops. I don't know, they give you like this contextual like hits there, because I think they do less damage than like my normal, like what a normal combo could have given me. It doesn't seem to actually really trigger anything. Alright, so left side breaks. So fascinating. Because I think if I die here, I don't think the left side's even there anymore. Well, I mean, if I die, listen, I'm gonna die a couple of times on this, I'm gonna tell you right now. Couldn't believe I blocked that projectile, that was insane. I was so committed to be like, this is gonna be the sickest ending of the Akuma theme. So I was like, look at how close. This actually still blows my mind. I can't believe I got fucking chopped, dude. Oh, that couldn't even remember. Like, I'm not gonna remember how I died to somebody. All right, but then I was like, I see the vision. Yeah, the whole left side's gone. So, oh, I didn't notice. What? I wasn't paying attention to the health of the boss. Because I was like, does the boss start at half health? At this part? Did I checkpoint after like a thing? I actually don't know. I can't rewind it now because now we're just re-reacting to what I just did. But I was convinced that like, well, I basically beat the boss. I'm done here, right? Like this is easy. The little did I know what was coming. Although it's not that it's. Well, there's some bullshit moments. I'll say some of the same comments, but like, goddamn. Although some of them, since I'm watching it, I might be able to see what happens. I feel like, especially with that slam, that elbow can hit you outside of the yellow area, and it's so trash. It's just a filthy lie. Man, those random blasts though are actually that's the hardest thing to deal with because like that. Like I couldn't even see that one was coming there. I just had to like know, but I was already running into it. Some of the times like it's sniped out of the air. God, this was another one that like if I could have ended this with the Akuma theme, it would have been so sick. Yeah, now I pause it because I thought I was going to win. What a fool. Look at this idiot while trying to turn back on the music. In my defense, look at this. No health. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. She is dead. Then she destroys, no! She didn't even destroy the thing yet. Then she destroys it and I fell off. Like 5 extra minutes after like the magic pixel, and I was like, alright, well I guess we're back in the grind now. Music's back. This shit's going on. Yeah, apologies if you wanted to hear the music for whatever this is. I was though I guess the one strat I kind of really did steal from online that one person said, like unintentionally, was just turn down the volume of the screaming so you don't have to hear the ear strat on the screen. Maybe that helped? I think the playlist helped me and the day off was more important. Oh yeah, I probably assumed there's a couple times where I'm probably just wiping the situation just because of a bad start. Now we're just trying to lock in, dodge everything. At this point, it's really just run jumping or dodge jumping or trying to stay away out of the random things and maybe trying to jump when I need to, I think was my thought process. I mean, compared to the first phase, you don't really need a strategy here. It's just, wait, like, I mean, I try to be really impatient, take every opportunity I can to get some damage. But it's just waiting for safe arm slams and then chopping at her arm. This part significantly, like if there's a part that like is actually a gimmick in this fight, it's definitely this. Still better than like a lot of the other bosses at the end of the game. Not Mirai and Sigma 1. I will never say Mirai Sigma 1 is the best final boss because it's just a one-on-one ninja fight. Oh yeah. Alright, if you don't know what this song, this is the Respawn Borderlands jazz theme. I thought it was so funny that this came in right as it's like Akuma intense demon music, fucking Roots Ball. We're here to chill out. We need to relax a bit. Get that smooth saxophone. I both love and hate this sword move. I'm wondering when it happens, because this sword move has some shit. It's really not that bad. I mean, you can literally roll, jump through it. So as long as you time it right, it's not a big deal at all. I got really lucky. I'm getting no damage on that. Get the big chops in there. It doesn't really like help you all that much. I wish it did. Yeah, this one was. Oh, this is probably another tragic one. Yep. I'm wondering which one this is. If it's, yeah, this one might be one I'm even more pissed at. Yeah, because she cracked the thing, but then actually didn't break it. And then knowing what I will know in like a couple minutes, especially knowing it now, is frustrating. Oh my god, I was robbed. I was 100% robbed that last attempt. Oh. Yeah, I was probably like, hey, you fucking thing. Is this it? No. Okay. But yeah, this one's much, I think it's personally easier than phase 1 just because, yeah, I mean, it's the same thing as phase 1 except the sword swipes. With the sword swipes, I'm gonna talk shit about them, but they get me every now and then, but they're basically not anything. Like, they might as well not exist. Oh, is this it? Yeah. This was insane. She just didn't stop. Like, I was like, okay, I can do this, but the fucking projectiles are the thing that hit me. I was like, what is this fucking Captain America over here? He's like, oh, I could do this all day. I'm just gonna swing this fucking sword back and forth. Like, goddamn, I was almost gonna say, like, I can dodge it all day, but then I got blasted right as I was about to say that. Meanwhile, she's just swing, swing, swing. I was like, I'm so annoyed. Purely from the fact that, like, I need her to do that. Like, the sword swings, yeah, they're there, but, like, they don't help me win the fight. That's the frustrating part. So it's like, when you get 8 in a row, it's like, yeah, I can dodge, sure, but, like, I need you to fucking put your hand on the ground. Yeah, because, like, I mean, aside from, like, I don't know, I could have counted maybe, but, like, yeah, it's literally a handful of times that I even got hit by that sword, comparatively to, like, everything else that has hit me. Yeah. Of course, even as I shit talk it in the future, in retrospect, it catches me. And again, twice. Oh yeah, no, you know that was me being like this. I sucked. That's exactly what I was saying for sure. Like, oh, I deserve to die here, basically. this point, I think I have ruled out like how to dodge. Maybe to try to get extra width. I guess stay closer to the camera. It would be my advice if you're looking for advice here, because the elbow will catch you even outside of like in that situation. The elbow will hit you if you're too close to the boss. So if you're looking for more tips here, just stay as far back as, well, I don't know, it's hard to recommend that actually, because you need to just vary the projectiles. You need to make sure those projectiles are moving around the map. But I guess once you start to see the thing roll towards the camera as you can. Like that was a little too risky. And that's exactly why I got hit. I mean, I was gonna say, like, if those projectiles weren't there, but if those projectiles weren't there, they'd just be making this phase way easier. The whole fight would be, well, phase 1 would still be a problem, I think. I think phase 1, if they didn't have the projectiles, would still be difficult, or the same level of difficulty relatively. Then, well, no, okay, not same. Oh, robbed again. Although, it's okay, basically at that point, I think that was the final learning test, potentially, because at that point, if you get the boss down to magic pixel of like insta-death or whatever, you just have to, and it's not even guaranteed, I learned, you have to bait her into breaking off that right piece, which makes no sense, actually, now as I think about it in retrospect, because it's like, not only have you killed the boss, that you then also need to make the boss do something that, like, you wouldn't know intrinsically. So you're like, I need you to break the other side of this building off for literally no reason, you'll see. Yeah, we got the storm beam. It would be really funny if there's like a copyright thing on any one of these songs that they use, and I'll like replace it. Like, this is Storm Demon, and I was like, actually, I'll replace it with something else. NBC 3 Storm Demon. Part of me wishes I could have like dodged all of like those like 8 sword swings back to like just to see how long. Because I could literally have done that forever. Had the projectiles not been there. Alright, so let's see if I learn here. Yeah, I'm trying to stay on this side because I think I can try to trigger it. Is what I'm thinking. Alright, but now we're actually at it. Here we are, we're at magic pixels, and now she has to slam the right for zero reason, other than it needs to break the thing. This doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you hit her. That is irrelevant to the whole situation. Yeah, look at that! Look at that shit! It was so pointless! So pointless! Alright, now we're back to the normal music. Oh, that was... I'm still pissed about it, actually. Oh yeah, now we get the true dragon sword. Put that shit in there. That's what I said. And I said, no, fuck her. Kill her. Fuck this girl, I don't give a shit. Fucking murder that shit. Damn. Kill. I don't know if this even did, like, mash the shit out of that, cut her up. If we saved her. I was capturing the closing my fucking window tabs. Nope. Don't say that. Don't say Papa. That's what I said in the thing. Fuck that shit. Ryu is not this girl's dad. This makes no sense. Yeah, wow, 36 minutes is what that took.
Ikuno ka. なすべきことはなした。君は人殺しではない。ヒーローでもない。
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely a murderer, by the way, yeah. Objectively a murderer. Just, he's just wrong. Do you know how many Black Spider Clan we've killed?
Mama. Kanna. Kanna. もう大丈夫。もう大丈夫よ。ママ、リュウは？私、リュウにひどいこと言った。だから言っちゃったの？
彼ならいつでも君たちを見守っているさ。
本当に？リュウは約束したでしょ。カンナとママを守ってくれるって。いつまでも、いつまでも。
Then Ryu's like, here I go, off into the next Ninja Gaiden. Whoa. And then we did it! Master Collection cleared. Oh my gosh, what a game that was, though. But that is not going to be the end of our journey. This is the end of our journey for now. If you're watching these like not week to week, but day to day even. We will be hitting the Black Series for sure. I do want to hit Ninja Gaiden 2. I don't remember if I said that in the post game thing. One thing I know I didn't say in the post game thing that I will talk about here, since I have the time, is. Well, part of this is in the next part after this, but while this one definitely has my favorite combat of the series, I think 2 has the best story. I actually really like I wasn't a fan of they'd fit the alchemy guys all in. I think that makes sense in the lore. That's all cool. I'm not personally a fan of how they presented some of the villains. But 2, the idea of continuing this fiend plot line where you then almost halfway through the game you go into the land of the dead and almost redo what you had done already is kind of sick. I mean, if you're a Devil May Cry 4, if you're actually a Devil May Cry 4 fan, there's I mean, it's probably better than Devil May Cry 4 because you get more level of variety, but it's conceptually the same in the sense that you fight a bunch of bosses, you reverse fight those bosses or whatever. Which I thought, when you first play something like through something like that the first time, it's not always great. And Devil May Cry, it makes a little bit more sense because you have a different character to go through the experience with, versus Ryu, you just have your upgraded weapons. Not that that's a bad thing, depending on how you look at it, but they do at least mix it up with the environment and how everything gets presented, and walking through the land of the dead, passing through the graveyard into like that other realm is actually pretty sick. Not gonna lie. Like, I think if I had to compare all of the experiences, which I don't talk about after this, I think if 3 has the best combat, 2 has the best story, and maybe the best combat if you don't play Sigma. And then 1 is debatably the best overall package in terms of, like, the story is cohesive, it makes sense, there's a lot of, like, exploration and things to do. It's like more of an experience versus, like, well, I like this one's definitely like a pure action hack and slash type of game. It's not really like a you explored too much in this one outside of the crystal challenges. It's still pretty linearly focused, like 2 is. So they each have their strengths. Again, this is comparing the Sigma versions. We have not hit the Black or the OG2 versions yet. But yeah, no. The combat was incredible in this one. I think it's a game that you have to look at in retrospect, because coming into the game and dealing with its problems out the gate and not knowing if you can learn from it. I don't know if this part got... Troy Baker was fucking Ryu Hayabusa in the English version? Sorry, I missed it the first time. That's hilarious. Shit, what was I just saying? That completely threw me off. Oh, yeah, the wall, hitting the wall, essentially, of, like, learning the game. There's this one, more than any of the other games, I feel like, especially in your first playthrough. Well, I mean, technically this is my second, but I literally did not remember the game. But when you're basically playing through it unknown, it's very frustrating because you don't know where, like, your saves are, you don't know where your checkpoints are. Everything feels very like punishing, in the sense of, like, oh, I did that ice cave encounter, and then the like bugs into the staircase of death in day 6 or whatever, like stuff like that, where I'm like, where the fuck is the save? And you're just panicking in like a fucking sweat, trying to be like, I need something to, like, provide safety or sanity to my run, and you just don't know where that is. So that's where it's just like, they really make you feel like it's the hardest one because of that unknown factor. But I feel like if I were to play it again now that I, like, remember it, or if I can, like, come back and look at my video to be like, oh, where's the next save spot? How do I need to grind out these sections? Like, I think when I S-ranked all of Metal Gear Revengeance, that's kind of how, like, I looked through it, where it's just like, well, I need to do this encounter this way, this encounter this way. That's the kind of impression you get out of Ninja Gaiden 3. Whereas that's not the experience they're going for in the other one. So that's, like, where I say each game has its own unique thing. Like, the first one's very much like a Resident Evil survival horror action type of thing, like DMC 1 even. Whereas 2 tried to be more of an action game, linear action game, but then at least the Sigma version removes, like, a lot of exploration of, like, challenges and the ambushes and that kind of stuff. This one, to me, feels like the perfect mix of what 2 should have been, along with, like, the mechanics and stuff that they added. Like, they really fixed up the combat, they had all the enemies, which I think does exist in the original 2, which is why I'm, like, most curious to play original 2 at the moment. And it's like, yeah, Team Ninja, okay, where's the logo? So yeah, and then this was where I was just realizing this was the longest chapter. This was insane to me. Like, I couldn't believe that this took the longest out of any of them. It's usually in the middle. The middle is usually what I would expect. Not the last level. The last level I expect to be like just like even if you think about like Devil May Cry and stuff or other action games. I don't remember Bayonetta actually, but I feel like I don't know if Bayonetta sections them out like chapters. Maybe 3 does. But yeah, no, having the last chapter be the longest is actually kind of crazy. But I wonder if it was just purely because of like the grind on the boss, how long I was stuck on that boss. But I feel like so many other bosses I was stuck on for debatably just as long. But yeah, this one, I think this one is definitely for sure like out of the Master Collection. This is like the definitive action game. Whereas 2 is like, it's an action game, but there's like definitely more bullshit. There's definitely more bullshit in Sigma 2. But again, like I was saying, the story in 2 is debatably the coolest. And then you got I got Master Ninja, which is very hard. I was like, whatever. And then I was then just seeing you can new game plus essentially in difficulties you've beaten. That's kind of cool. But yeah, no, that is the full Master Collection. Like I said earlier, we have now officially wrapped it up. But that will not be the end of the journey. Oh yeah, and then we unlock Kazumi, which is actually I didn't talk about this. Kazumi, they tease her in Sigma 2. I found out later Itagaki's like, I don't even want Kazumi in there because she's like too soft for Ninja Gaiden or whatever. Like she just doesn't belong in the game, which I think makes sense. And then they tease her in 2 twice. Right at the end, I think, and it was somewhere in the middle after Ayana's chapter, and she doesn't do shit. She doesn't even show up in this game for anything. Like, why'd you even bother? Like, god damn, what a waste of time that was. Oh boy, okay, well, so shortly here, soon in about a minute, I realize that I have fucked up and not recorded any of my mic because thank you, OBS. Anyways, hopefully this dub over an explanation of this is sufficient. I'm sorry that I lost my initial reactions to this and I had to re-record and then re-record again, or like record the part after this that's going to happen to try to explain what I explained here, and then explaining what I explained here that I may have even explained already in the other part. So much deja vu on that, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. Sorry that I botched the footage. I just forgot to test the mic because of the setting up the music thing. If that ever happens again, if I'm ever setting up the music again, I'll make sure I have that corrected. So yeah, now get ready to hear me rant even more about some of the more nuances on the mechanics. Anything, if I repeat myself, I apologize. But yes, see you in like quite literally 30 seconds. Or I'll cut it out actually, so yeah, fuck that. see ya right now. Alright, well, hello. This is me now in real time. I just was recording. Well, if you've gotten to this point, you already know, but yeah, I fucked up. I don't know why my OBS had switched all of my mic settings. I had literally changed nothing. So that's funny. I'm just going to continue with my... I guess I'll just like restart the post-game ramble here. Because I'll have to like voice over whatever just happened. Oh, shit. But yeah, so basically what I was saying... So I'll start with the boss fight. I'll explain what's going on in the thing, but basically, what I was trying to explain before was that last boss is actually the most Ninja Gaiden boss in the game, in the series, from what I gathered. Because I was thinking that about it between the two parts, this last section and here, this final finale, and it's actually like the most Ninja Gaiden boss out of all of the final bosses. So I was saying, in the first game you have that like the Emperor that you just float around the platform and then you fight the skull, and then Mirai is like the real fight. Like that one counts. Like Mirai counts. But the other two things was like whatever. Like that was just felt like a waste of time. That was like the biggest fever dream of that game. And then 2, you fight like that caterpillar thing that crawls up and turns into the thing after getting reused blood or whatever. That was also just like so, like in terms of like playing the game of Ninja Gaiden, very anti-Ninja Gaiden. It was just like they're gimmicks. But in this fight, as much frustration and shit that people give it online, and I gave it shit too. Like if I had finished that in the last section play session, sorry, taking a drink. If I had finished that in the last play session, I probably would have ended the game saying that boss was the worst boss in existence. And it needs to, like, fall in the ditch, die, and whatever. But actually, it's the most Ninja Gaiden boss because you have to deal with enemies. And my initial strat, which actually, you missed it, but I'll have to explain it and voice over it, which you've already heard at this point. But I could have just tried to, like, parry all the enemies and go for steel on bone. Which seems like it's like the normal way, and that would be very cool. Like I think the premise is there. It just feels awkward. I think they could have fixed it. Like I'd feel better about it. And I think other people would feel better about it if you like kept your Nimpo from the last fight, because there was nothing that you used personally that would have like taken away your Nimpo. Like I'm sure there was like a story reason of Theodore removed the curse so you reset your Nimpo. Like that's garbage. If you saved your Nimpo, I think that should count into the fight, first of all. I think once you actually get into the fight, aside from the save spot being on the left side, which is kind of funny, but like, I think the premise is fine. I think having the save spot is what makes it tolerable, but using the if you could just parry and then steel on bone, which was my initial strategy, I think that could have been that's actually the most Ninja Gaiden thing. Now the actual part I have a complaint with, that sadly you have lost out on the rage and dumbness of, because I didn't sadly get recorded because of OBS, but there wasn't that much. But the pixel, the magic pixel, and why, like, when she slams her hand on the ground for, like, there's no cutscene. If the second you empty that health bar, it should just go straight into cutscene of the last thing, like they did when you use the Nimpo. I don't get why they decided to do it this way. It made no sense to me. To just have like this extra attack on Magic Pixel with extra health and whatever, that was just super dumb. The other thing I was saying was, this is clearly the definitive version of the game. I've been watching like the original 3, other people play the original 3, and it's like completely different. In terms of like I hear there's not even extra weapons. You have to like DLC them or something. It's just like, it's like built just for the sword. So that's why I'm like, there has to have been like a strategy to get through that boss that didn't use the lunar. That would work. But yeah, no. And then my other main issue that I was yapping about in the last section was the Mask of the Regent, which I know I hate on him just because of like the Tekken Nina problem. He has the dumbest idle stance. He just looks goofy. I didn't like how he fit in the game, but he's actually probably fine from a gameplay perspective. It's just, that was just more of a personal preference of like, I don't like this character. I don't like how he fits in the story. Yeah, they constructed these alchemists, and I think the alchemist thing makes sense in the lore of Ninja Gaiden, but I just didn't care for Theodore or his brother or the masked character in general. I just thought he was a little too dumb for my tastes. But yeah, then I was just about to go through before I realized that nothing was on my mic was getting recorded, which is embarrassing because usually I would like do a little mic test. I make sure the volume's moving, but I was more focused on like getting the music set up so I could grind out the last part. And I was also probably saying at the end some of like how the timing was. Like, I couldn't believe day 8 was so long, comparatively. So, yeah, let's just go, like, the main thing I was going to say, though, is this one definitely has the best combat. I think if the OG 2 has combat like this, I think I understand why people look at Ninja Gaiden 2 so, like, heavily regarded. Because if you can like actually dismember people correctly and then get the thing and then do, especially with the steel on bone stuff, it's even cooler. But like, it then becomes about like these quick executions through waves of enemies. So like when you're going through like these massive waves, you really do feel like a badass once you get through them. That being said, it having like probably my favorite combat of the series and some of the toughest challenges. I mean, they really made the challenges as hard as they can. I was talking about the crystal challenges as well. Like, I guess they had bosses from the first 2 games at the end of the challenges, so I'm kind of sad I didn't, like, fully do them. I just did them to grind some extra karma for a little bit. But I'm glad they brought them, I guess, to the Test of Valor. And, again, my complaint from 2 was that they didn't have those. But in this one, they brought it back. So I like that they have the option there to like go through a little challenge secret room thing. And then it's even cooler that they actually brought back some of the bosses from the old games. 'Cause yeah, I felt that felt like it was missing in 2. So it gives you like a little an actual reason to kind of explore. I know there's like the scarabs and all that stuff, but like there's no like risk reward kind of challenge, and I'm glad that that's why those were here again. But yeah, if you think about like the normal encounters, though, they're actually pretty close to like the original game's ambushes. So once you finally get through all that stuff, you feel insane. And I was gonna say with the crystal skulls, actually, personally I wish you could go back like after, but I get like they tried to like level up all the challenges, so it's just like you commit to the crystal skull, you do the challenge, and then you leave. There's no like, oh, I'm gonna come back here in like 10 minutes and then grind out some more. It's like no, you have to decide what that was now, here and now. But I was gonna go through all the chapters again, like I did. I think I did this with the other one, just to see real quick of like how I felt about each of these, because I might have an opinion that will change. Because I was gonna say this one is my favorite, potentially just based on the combat system. If you could take like the combat system, and this is why I go back to like 2 could be the greatest one of all time, because if they had this combat system, minus Steel on Bone, because I know that's new, but like if they had this combat system plus the like story and things of 2, I think that's actually might be the best. So anyways, this level, this is very much just like the introduction. You fight the mask guy at the end, I believe. I wasn't a fan of the mask guy, but I mean, it's the intro level, so it's whatever. This level, I think this level would have been more like this. I just got railroaded by the like shield wizardmen, whatever. I don't even know what they're called, but yeah, the like wizard guys or whatever. They were just the absolute skill test, and I wasn't quite ready for it. But I'm glad they put it there, honestly, because when I think about a lot of the enemies from some of the older games, they attack you in punishing ways, but this was more like those guys that I got stuck on were an actual skill test of like, okay, if you let them buff, they get a shield. You have to remove the shield to then hit them. And I'm yapping about it at the thing. Again, I think this is a game that lends itself into you hit a brick wall and you get frustrated, and because you don't understand that thing right away, you're like, this sucks, I hate it, I don't want to deal with it. But you just have to like kind of, and this is what allowed me to get through this because I took like a day break, is like sometimes you just need to step back and take a look at it and then be like, okay, what am I missing? What can I do better? And how do I actually tackle this? And then you make it through the thing. This led into the train. I think after you got through that, there was like the helicopters. There was then you go on the train, then you fight like that garbage helicopter boss, which wasn't actually that bad. It was just the targeting system. That's what I was saying earlier. The one thing that is definitely the downfall of this one more than any of the other ones, is the targeting. The targeting is way worse and almost more insulting in this game than any other one, especially because when you have the 3 bosses and you lock on to one of them, you can have everything focused on that guy. You can have the camera focused, you can be locked onto him, you can be right next to him, and Ryu will still fucking attack something else. And even the mask, like, the enemies have this problem too. It's just like they forget. Like, the targeting just like forgets and resets to like, this is just the first enemy in the list or something, and he's all the way over here. So you're attacking him, and it's honestly the worst thing ever. So yeah, that's the real enemy of this game. What happened in this level? This is Ayane's first level. Oh, and then you fight those 3 bosses. Yeah, this is the exact problem I was just talking about. The level was great. Ayane is actually fixed in this game. She does a great job. But the 3 boss thing was just some trash. Even though they become normal enemies later, it's just annoying because of the lock-on system. Or targeting. There is no lock-on system. This level, what was this? So you infiltrate the base. Is that where you're? No, that's the biolab. This is the dinosaur? I actually like this level, I think. This one was just a good, fun infiltration, fight the dinosaur, good times. I didn't mind the dinosaur fight, actually. That was totally fine. This biolab thing was pretty neat. I mean, I don't think I ever truly figured out how to, like, deal with the fiends properly. I kind of just cheesed my way through them. I don't remember who you fought at the end of this. This might have been, I know halfway through you fight the Regent of the Mask. But then you fight something else. Unless I'm mixing up, and this wasn't the dinosaur, but this was. Yeah, I can't remember. I think this was the Memoji tag team chapter? Yes. Which is actually, in my opinion, probably the coolest level in the game. Not because, like, well, I mean, partially because Memoji helps you, and it made me realize, like, oh my god, if we could have, like, an actual, like, Devil May Cry 5 has co-op, but doesn't have co-op, you know what I mean? Like, I guess if this was Devil May Cry, it would be like someone would load in his, Momiji. Someone would load in his Momiji and play the level with you, but at least they'd play the whole level. I think there's like I guess there's one level that they kind of do that with in Devil May Cry 5, but it made me realize that, like, I would really love a co-op hack and slash in, like, the Ninja Gaiden realm, and it makes me sad that, like, it doesn't exist in like a modern version. But yeah, everything about this level was actually just sick. Like, the boss was cool. It was like a God of War boss, kind of, but it was still fun. You were just dealing with enemies and fighting with Momiji, and it was kind of like a cool tag team moment. Like, we'll get to it. We'll get to day 8 in a minute. Antarctica. This was the level that almost destroyed me. And I think this is what, like, kind of puts the perspective of, like, why this game feels so hard, especially, like, when you don't know or remember, or it's like your first time playing, is because in this one specifically, you only get to like save once because the crow flies away after, or the falcon or whatever. And so you never truly know like where until you've played the level before. You don't know where the next save is. You don't know if you even have a checkpoint or not. I mean, they're pretty generous with checkpoints though. But then it's like a battle between your health management and wherever the hell the next checkpoint is, and I just had no clue, and so like the panic sets in there, like more so than like a Souls game than I've ever played. Even though, like I said, the checkpoints are generous. Like, if I get killed in this Souls game, usually you can like run past the guys and they're just like whatever. I mean, you can do that here sometimes, but the threat of the enemies is always like way worse in these games. And oftentimes, like even in the part that I can remember specifically about this is like you go through the falling ice cave, timed event, then you go through the cave of pitch darkness, and then a staircase of enemies you have to kill to open a door. So it's not like you can actually run past everything. You still have to kill everything no matter what. As opposed to like Dark Souls, you're just like whatever. This guy's gonna attack me at like 10 miles per hour of like and hit me in like 10 years later. Like I'll just run by him or get to the boss. We're fine. That is not what you can get away with in this game most of the time. It's usually, you can get past certain parts, but then there's always going to be some encounter that you have to fight through at least like 5 waves of enemies. They'll be coming at you with maximum aggression, you have to just deal with it. And that's where the game really stresses you, because you just like, I don't know, like if I die here, how far much back do I have to go? How many more waves of bullshit am I gonna have to deal with? Oh man, and this one just tested me. And then it was that plus I think you fight the Regent again here, and I just like, brother, get out of here. You like fight him and then the like goddess, I think maybe, which that fight was fine. This was just a fun chapter. I don't have any the Ionic chapters are pretty good. It's usually just the boss fight at the end, like the final encounter, that feels difficult. And justifiably so, because there's usually some, like they give you a lot of enemies for Ayane for some reason. This one was, this is what I thought was the actual last level. I thought it was fantastic actually. I thought fighting the spider robots was fun. Fighting the like mecha guy was fun after that. I don't think you fight the Regent of the Mask here. It was just those. No, this was the third one. You don't fight him here in day 6. You fight him here. It was just the goddess, I think, in that one. So this one was just like the grind of well, not really. It was just like fighting through the boats and stuff. This one's the grind. This was just fight until you get to the Regent of the Mask, and then they start telling you all the dumb shit. This level. Oh boy. So this was the sleeper level for me that came out of nowhere because I had no fucking clue. I thought it was just going to be a boss fight. I mean, not that there was any reason to believe that, other than like the thing spawned or whatever. This was definitely the grind. Surprisingly, the longest chapter out of all of them. I did not see that coming. Usually, like, the mid-game is where they hit you with, like, the longest chapter. And then they, like, try to climax it up at the end for just, like, focus. But, oh, how do I even start with this one? Because you grind through so many waves of enemies, it feels like, until you get to, what's his name? I can't remember. Clifford. Fucking Clifford. You fight him. That fight was whatever. And then I thought that was going to be the end. Well, like, I thought it was going to be like, you fight Clifford and then you go fight the thing. That's where they really, like, in my, like, they did not need to ratchet up as much bullshit in between Clifford and not only to have the Theodore fight, but just the final boss in general. Because, man, there's just like so many big fiend, like biolab fiends or whatever the hell they were. So many of those guys to deal with. It was cool that you had or not Clifford, Theodore help you, but then they like turn this whole thing on its head where it's like, oh, he's on your side, he's not on your side, he's on your side, oh, he's removing the curse. It's like, oh, I need to die, I don't need to die. It was like, make up your mind, dude. And then they hit you with the final boss. I think it would be better. I mean, they had to get rid of his curse. Is the thing. No, they didn't. They really didn't have to have. I don't know. I'm torn because I do think it's cool to have the Theodore part where he helps you. I think the part where you fight 6 goddess prototypes though was some hot garbage. That did not need to be there. That was so unnecessary for no reason. After all the stuff you had already done, there was no reason not to let Theodore just carry that section for you for so many of it. And then the Theodore fight itself was just so trash because it didn't need to be there. It was just there to like waste your time. But yeah, then they give you the final boss, which I think that the final boss now in retrospect is totally fine. But yeah, no, I'm very excited actually to play the original 2 if the combat is like this. But I think that is it for Ninja Gaiden then. We will not see this. We have wrapped up the whole thing. The whole Master Collection, it's done. But that doesn't mean we're done with Ninja Gaiden. We'll be coming back with the Black series, and eventually I'll probably hit the NES one. So, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you did, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.